Hi guys, welcome back. In this tutorial, we're going to work through a skills integration challenge in Packet Tracer. The objectives of this lab are to configure host names and IP addresses on two Cisco IOS switches using the CLI. We're going to use iOS commands to specify or limit access to the device configurations. We're going to use commands to save the running config, configure two host devices with IP addresses, and then finally we're going to verify connectivity between the two switches. So here's a scenario. As a recently hired LAN technician, your network manager has asked you to demonstrate your ability to configure a small LAN. Your tasks include configuring initial settings on two switches using the Cisco IOS and configuring IP address parameters on host devices to provide end-to-end connectivity. You are to use two switches and two host PCs on a cabled and powered network. So to begin with, we want to use a console connection to access each switch. My connections icon is locked, but we will use the command line tab of the switch in order to access that console connection. So to begin, we're going to access the first switch. And we are told that we need to name room 145 and room 146 switches. And as we can see, switch 1 should be named room 145. So we'll proceed with naming that one. I will first enter privilege exec mode by typing enable, and we'll conf T to global configuration mode. We're going to give that a host name RROM room-145. Enter. We're going to go over to switch 2 and we're going to name that one as well. Enable, conf T, host name room-146. Enter. Next, we want to use 8UB capital RU password for all lines. So we have our VTY lines, and we also have our console line. So I will access line configuration mode, line con 0, enter. And we need to type in password 8UB capital RU. And what's that password what's that command we have to type in to activate that? Login. Next, we're going to access the VTY lines. Line VTY 0 to 15, enter. And we're going to type in password 8UB capital R U, enter. And we must type login. I'm going to go ahead and exit that line configuration mode. And I'm going to go over to the next switch and do the same with the 8UBRU password. So I'm going to access line con 0 for line configuration mode. We want to type in password 8UB capital RU. Activate that with the command login. And now I want to access line VTY 0 to 15, and that password is 8UB capital RU, enter. And I'm going to activate that with the login command. I'll go ahead and exit line configuration mode. Next on our agenda, we want to use C9WRE as the secret password. So from my global configuration mode, I am going to type in enable secret C9 capital R capital W R capital E, enter. And we're going to go ahead and include the encryption to clear for all clear text password. That command is service password encryption, enter. I'm going to go over to 146 switch and do the same. I'm going to configure that enable secret, and that secret password is C9 capital W R capital E, enter. Service password encryption, enter. Next, we want to include the word warning in the message of the day banner. That's a pretty short message of the day banner. That command to configure the banner MOTD quotation mark warning close quotation mark, enter. And back at the 145 switch, we'll do the same. We're going to type in banner MOTD. I can't type, it's getting pretty late. warning, enter. Finally, we want to configure IP addressing for all devices according to the addressing table. So here on room 145 switch, I need to configure an interface for VLAN 1 with an IP address of 128.107.20.10 with the /24 subnet mask. So from global configuration mode, I'll access interface VLAN 1 and I'll give it an IP address of 128.107.20.10 with a subnet mask of 255.255.255.0. We want to make sure to no shut to open that up. Alright, and we can go ahead and save that, do copy run start. We're going to go over to switch number 2, which is in room 146, and we're going to do the same. We're going to configure IP addressing here, so on the interface VLAN 1. So we'll access interface VLAN 1, and we want to give it an IP address of, and here in our addressing table it's 192.107.20.15, 128.107.20.15. I'm so used to saying 192. 255.255.255.0. We want to no shut that. And then we want to save, do copy run start. We want to save those configurations. Next, we need to configure IP addressing on the NIC of the manager PC. So we're going to close this window and we're going to go to the manager PC, and we're going to go to the IP addressing information here, and we're going to give it an IP address of 128.107.20.25 with a /24 subnet mask, 128.107.20.25, and my subnet mask is not quite right, 255.0, and we can close that. Next, we're going to configure the NIC of the reception PC. So we'll go to the reception PC and we'll go IP configuration, and that static IP address is going to be 128.107.20.30, 255.255.255.0, and we'll go ahead and close it. And now finally we can test connectivity. We can verify connectivity between all of our devices. So we need to make sure that everybody can ping everybody. So from my PC, I'll go to the command line, and PC manager PC is going to try to ping the reception PC, which is IP address 128.107.20.30. And that ping was successful. Next, I'm going to ping 145 on switch number 1 for room 145. That IP address is 20.10. And we were successful with our pings. We lost the first packet, and that's okay. We're going to ping switch number 2, which is room 46's switch. So our manager PC is able to ping everyone successfully. We're going to do the same from our reception PC. We are going to ping the PC in the other room, which is our manager PC 128.107.20.25. Our ping was successful. We're now going to ping the switch in room 145, which was 20.10. And we are now going to ping 20.25, which is the manager PC. Oops, we've already pinged the manager PC. 20.25, 20.10, so we need 20.15, which is switch number 2. And both of our PCs were able to ping across the network and ping each other. And it looks like we have been successful with this particular skills integration. I hope this has been helpful for you, and we will see you next time.